and you know.
Change happens from the bottom up. It doesn't happen from the top down. There's this concept that all the evil's being done to the people in charge. And if you could just get rid of the people in charge, that would fix things. It won't fix anything. Your change has to happen from the bottom up. It really has to happen at an individual level. We have to grow up. As we grow up, things will change. They'll reflect, again, our reality reflects us. As we become different, reality will become different. Because if your reality supports lying, cheating, and stealing, you know, because that's at the level that we're at, then if you eliminate one bunch of lying, cheats, and stealers, you're just going to get another bunch. You know, you're not going to do anything real. All you're doing is musical chairs. You're changing things around. That's like one bunch of rebels, shoots the dictator, and now they're the dictator. You know, even though when they were rebels, they were out for everybody, and they were part of the people. And but once they get in charge, it's different. It's just another dictator. And then the rebels come up and get rid of that dictator, and you got another dictator. You know, it just doesn't help. You don't start by saying, well, what's wrong is the dictator. And, if we just shoot the dictator, everybody would be happy. Right. It doesn't work that way because our culture, that culture that dictator comes from is a culture that supports dictators being there. And that's why, it's like that. So we support the Exchange Commission making rules and then profiting. We support BPs. We support all of this stuff because that's the way we are. In general, in our culture, at least in our Western culture, the culture I live in, the basic concept is grab as much as you can get and do as little as you have to for it. That's the basic thing that drives everything. You want to get as much as you can get, and you want to do as little as necessary to get it and to keep it and to hold it. And if that's going to be your basic motivator, then you're going to get all the stuff that you don't like to see, because we act like that, they act like that. We don't like it because they have more power than we do. They were more successful at getting things and holding them than we are, right? So they annoy us because of that. But they're not doing anything any different than, the little people are doing the same thing. They're grabbing stuff. They're trying to get as much as they can and give as little for it as possible. That's just standard economics, right? I mean, that's capitalism. That's what you do. You trade and you make the best deal possible.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern we do. We have all this history. This is the pattern. The dictator gets taken out, and then they become the dictator. The evil come into the money. We have this pattern. It happens over and over. We're almost like, oh, it's okay because that's just how it happens. But what if we come to a consensus to change it?
Right. Well, the way you come to a consensus isn't intellectual. See, an intellectual consensus isn't going to help you any because you're still the same people. Even if we all get together and hold hands and sing Kumbaya and, all talk love and peace and whatever, behind the scenes where you can't see it, it's going to be how much can you get and how can you hold it and what little you have to do to get it. It's going to be the same thing if that's what's inside the people. It's not an intellectual process. So that's why I say the best thing you can do is to fix yourself. Don't go out and try to fix, BP or whatever.
People that have also fixed themselves and then maybe...
Right, influence other people, talk to people.
Because what good is fixing yourself if it's not going to change anything?
It will, it'll change. You fix yourself will influence other people. And the thing is, if it's just an intellect, if it's a matter of you carrying a banner and trying to educate, well, that's fine. You can do that. You can carry the banner and educate, but that's not going to change anybody. They're still the same people. And even if, like I say, even if we all sing songs of peace, it won't make any difference. It's not the action. It's not the words. It's the being. At a being level, you change that, and that's as much as you can do. But that does influence other people. It influences the people around you. So we're not going to generate a kinder, gentler, more loving society until we become kinder and gentler, more loving people. And there's no way you can force anybody else to be kinder and gentler. The only person that you have any control over is yourself. So do what you can do, which means change yourself.